Lockdown is ending and restrictions are easing in many parts of the world. So you might be wondering, now what? On that, I've brought for you things to do after this lockdown ends. Now, because the lockdown is ending, most of us are going back to work and in some parts of the world also back to school. So not only does your routine change, but you might be wondering how you can keep going with the habits that you developed in lockdown and also in Ramadan. I'm talking things like praying on time, having a good sleep schedule, and recreational activities like spending time with your family and other hobbies. The issue has not come to a complete halt yet, so no matter what you're doing after the lockdown, you still have to make sure that you're staying safe. Before we move on to the next point, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and let's go. You may have less time to do a lot of things that you did in lockdown, but regardless of which activities you cut down due to less time, make sure that you don't compromise on things that are fard on you as a Muslim, such as praying your daily prayers on time. For your prayers, depending on the situation, where you work or where you study, things might be a bit different. But a few general things to keep in mind are you can pray no matter where you are and which place you're in. Use your break times at work to make sure that you're praying your prayers at their set timings. I've previously made a video on how to make wudu in public washrooms for when you need to pray in public or outside your home. It's a bit old and needs a few changes, but until I make a new video on that topic again, make sure to check this one out. A tip is that you can pray with your shoes on as per the sunnah. This makes things easier when you're praying at work or school. It's also good in terms of hygiene considering the situation we're currently in. On that note, something that we as Muslims don't have to worry about is the handshake issue when it comes to the opposite gender, at least for now until the situation changes. Masjids are reopening in some parts of the world too, and if you do have a masjid or a prayer area around your work or school, you might prefer to pray there instead. But because masjid is a place where a lot of people from various locations come together, it can be a place of risk. So for hygiene purposes, before you go to a masjid, try to do your wudu beforehand, just to make sure you're staying away from potential germs. If possible, also bring your own prayer mat to the masjid to pray on. This way you can make sure that while you're in sujood, you have nothing to worry about breathing in germs left by someone else. While handshaking may not be an issue at work or school, you may encounter a few people at the masjid who are eager to shake your hands or even give you a big hug. Inshallah, I'll have a video coming out on that next to show you how you can tackle that situation. So make sure to subscribe and turn your notifications on so that when the video is out, you're the first one to know. So far, we've talked about how to keep up with things when you go back to work or study after this lockdown ends. But what if this whole situation has interrupted your career or you've lost your job? Well, the only thing I can say is that you've got to take the matter into your own hands and actively search for something that's suitable for you and this situation. And you're not alone. There are a lot of people going through the same thing as you are. So if you're in this situation, it might be easy for you to keep up the good habits that you've developed in lockdown and in Ramadan. And so keep going with that. May Allah make your job search more effective and grant barakah in your rizq as well. But make sure that while you're searching for a job, keep your trust in Allah and increase the du'as you're making. It's hard, but you can do this. Support each other in these times and Allah will make it easier for you. Some other general things to keep in mind is to maintain even more hygiene than before. Avoid going out if you can and only go out when needed. If you still have missing fasts from Ramadan or your 6 days of fasting in Shawwal, then keep that going. Don't let the lifting of the lockdown get in your way. There are around 10 more days of Shawwal left, so do your best in that. Comment below if there are any more things that we should keep in mind as the lockdown restrictions are reduced. I hope that you all stay safe and stay healthy. And if you haven't already, give this video a big thumbs up. And until next time, live your beliefs and stay tuned to Bliifee.